Alright friends, welcome back. This is Trooper Barry and we're playing some Growing Up again. This lovely little life sim is one of my favorites. And when last we left off, we were in the thick of high school, growing up, acquiring skills, choosing a life path, maybe even finding a life partner. So, let's load things up, and you can see a few other I've done a fair few playthroughs. Alright, so quick sit rep. We are 14 years old. We are 80, according to this little meter here, we are 89% prepared for the SAT. The SAT is the big finale in this game. And the thing is, it actually is quite important. Reason being, because we do well in acquiring and mastering skills that improves our exam readiness. If we do well in the romantic sphere, we can set ourselves up with a life partner. But doing well in the classes and all that does not necessarily ensure a good job, because how well we do on the SAT determines basically the tiers, where we will be in our future profession. So for example, let's say for whatever reason I chose to go down the magic path and make that my future, the career. So if I do most or all of this and I get a middling grade on the SAT, or even if I do badly, I'll basically doing a magician for children's parties. No shade on magicians at children's parties, though, but compared to, say, if we master the magic tree and we crush the SAT, then we turn out to be like a David Blaine or what's the other guy, the Chris Angel, or David Copperfield, one of these big touring magicians who commands entire stadiums. So success in the classroom does not necessarily translate to the kind of the heights in your chosen profession. Okay, so when we left off, I think we had just been tasked with raising our physique. Now, I'm wondering, is there... Okay, so there's still a big stack of cash, so it's still probably worth it to listen to our parents' requests. So what can we do to raise... So we need to raise our physique by how many points? By 300 points. There's some sports stuff we can do at school. And there's also activities out there. We can go bike riding. So there's a few, and there's work we can do that will also get us there. So let's see. Oh yes, and then just to reset for this one, what we're thinking, or what I think we've landed on as my chosen path for this one, we're going down the computer science tree. We're going to learn computer graphics, we're going to learn game development, and then we're going to be the best darn computer science nerd we can be. And anything else that boosts us along that path, it'll be so much the better. But we have 12 turns here to make that happen. Also, I noticed that, okay, so that's as cheap as it's going to get, so we'll go ahead and learn about black holes. That gets us a good chunk of blue points, which in turn will make all other intelligence-based techs cheaper, including the last tier, including game development. What did that say? I always thought making games would be more fun. I hope that's not the devs revealing a little too much about themselves. Okay, so let's see if we can go get some quick and easy green points. Alrighty. And we still have a whole bunch of action for that. So we've been building up our action point and our brain point pools as much as we can along the way for exactly this purpose. Because the more we can do here, out in the world with our action points, that frees up our schedule slots that we can spend on academic subjects or just stuff we would prefer to do otherwise. There we go. And as you can see, like these are basically a coin flip. If you're when learning a skill or performing a task, and then if you get the 50-50 coin flip, you get a slight bonus to the number of points, the skill points you get, and the money. The gains in mental health or the losses in mental health and parental approval, those are the same regardless. Okay, that's just that. That's fine. Let's see. We do one more bike ride. We'll work at the restaurant one more time. Okay, that's us done. So let's pop in here and plan out what we're going to do. That's pretty well as close as we're going to get, so that can go too. We'll pick up some drama. Okay, so we'll have, let's see, let me check back in here. So let's see if we have any half-finished text. No, we haven't started our rational numbers. We're about halfway through computer graphics. Haven't touched any of that. No, and we can't do, can we? I guess we can learn pull-ups now, but I don't know. I don't see how much point there would be in that. Classic literature, no. Any of that, no. Okay. We're just about a third of the way to our physique goal. So tell you what we'll do. Let's finish out computer graphics. We'll do 2 rounds of waitering and 2 rounds of bike riding. So for us, that's going to be 4, 8, 12, 16, minus 22, so minus 12 on mental health. And parental units, 3, 6, 9, 12. So they're just going to be plus 2. All right, well, they're just going to have to deal with it. Because this is the point of the game where you have money concerns, plus your mental health, plus exam preparedness, plus parental expectations to juggle. So every stage, from elementary to middle to high school, things just get more complex. Kind of like life. Go figure. Weird thing for a life sim, yeah? Okay. And this is Jake. This is the guy who's been, I guess, our friend since elementary school. You get 1 friend per round of school. 1 elementary, 1 middle, 1 high school. Jake has been hanging out with some less than savory characters. You, Buddy, and Jake meet up at the Sky Tower observation deck. The view is great, huh? It sure is something. Buddy kind of motions for you to join him a bit away from Jake. Jake seems plenty happy just staring off at the city for now. What is it, Buddy? I'm really worried about Jake. That gang he's running with, him and Mort? It's serious. I hear that, one of them died, a skinny kid from 2 schools over. Yep, he sure is in trouble. I know it's bad, but Jake doesn't see it that way. He won't listen to me. He might listen to you. I don't know if Jake listens to anyone but Jake. Jake wanders over to you two. What are you two whispering about? Yeah, no. Buddy was telling me he thinks you're different. Your friends are going to get you hurt. Buddy, we talked about this. Look, this is none of either of your goddamn business. No, I'm done being lectured. He just leaves. I guess he doesn't listen to you either. Don't know why you thought he did. And a little bike riding to cap the turn. Excellent. Hey, Packer, welcome in. How you doing? Good to see you. It's another school day. A girl crying on the bleachers isn't all that odd to see. Though today, it's Alicia. You haven't seen her since the dance. Alicia is our former middle school bully turned BFF. So, classic stuff. What? I've been suspended. I didn't feel like the normal table today. She tries to hide that she's been crying as you come over. I wanted you to know that I wasn't the one that told on you. Yeah, I know. There's that lame jock asshole. They caught him and he turned on me. Typical jocks. Look, I really want to be alone. Nah. I told you to leave me alone. Despite what you think, you don't own the school. You sit down next to her. Okay, sleepy, but coffee is in your future? Well, that's good. That is a solid way to kick off the day. She looks like she plans to hit you with another jab, but then she just looks down at her shoes. Well, welcome in. Why you play games like this? Life sims are one of my things. I really dig them. I like this one. I like Chinese Parents. I'm gonna start playing. What was it? I Was a Teenage Exocolonist at some point. They're just my kind of thing. Good to see you, Will. Welcome in. I'm doing all right. I just took some curry out of the slow cooker, so that's coming down to room temperature. Hope you're all right. She's quiet for a while. The tears stop. Just for the record, my parents got divorced. I'm crying over that, okay? Not getting suspended or anything. Not that that wasn't lame. My dad yelled at me over the phone for like 6 hours. I live with my mom these days. Dad still pays for everything, but she probably spends more than before. And I have to do community service. We're at a stupid hospital doing, I don't know, haven't started. It's so stupid. My mom is going to drive me and pick me up. My evenings are ruined. My dad didn't even cut my card off, just yelled. I don't know what I thought. Don't like life sims, but oh, hey, Packer, good luck. Fortunately for you, there is a seemingly infinite number of video games out there. Something out there is bound to appeal to your tastes. Something other than the long dark, even. Who knows? You're doing well, Will. Relaxing day of rugby football, American football, football, and F1 football. Nice. Is that rugby union or league there, Will? Yeah, we're going to support our girl. I can stop by the hospital sometime. Maybe catch you on your break, if you get those. I don't know if I do. But yeah, I mean, maybe. That might not be horrible. I assume I'll be bored out of my mind. We can be bored together. She doesn't say anything back to that. She just sits quietly until the next class starts. League is for people who can't tackle and who are pretty... Ooh, get you, Will. Fair, Will, fair. What, Now I'm trying to think, it's not an international break, so who you watching, Will? If you following anyone in particular, or you just catching the sport for the sport, which is also equally valid. Okay. So we are pretty much almost at our goal, which is super duper handy. So let's hop into the brain map. You follow Bath, but they played yesterday? Okay, okay. So this is kind of like the main hub of our learning abilities, to where this is where we pick up a lot of our points. We can get discounts, we can beef up our brain point cap and our action point cap. And now that we're in high school, everything is more expensive, but everything is also more powerful. So it's a trade-off I don't mind making. Not sure who's playing today, but you'll watch regardless. That might be the best way to go about it. You just enjoy the game without all the stress and anxiety of hoping your team wins. Yeah, shockingly enough, Packer Backer is a supporter of the Green Bay Packers. So we want to work our way over here because that just opens up the whole map, which really takes a lot of the guesswork out of the whole thing. Hey, there we go. There's our map reset. Before we do that, we'll open up our brain points, take all the free points we can see. I'll go and take a tech discount. The little mortarboard hat there gives every skill that's currently available to us a 10% discount, which for 25 brain points isn't a bad return. Julie support the Bills as they gave a rugby player a shot. Okay, that makes sense because like the Bills are, they're even Americans who support the Bills, but can't really tell you why. Okay, we definitely want this. That gives us more action points. That's free points. We love that. Hey, and that just opens the whole map up for us. Okay. Can't stand watching the game on TV. Too many adverts. Oh, absolutely, Will. Strong agree. I think American football in particular is the ads are incessant, and college football isn't any respite either. Okay, so we're going to take the rainbow knob here. That'll give us 50 points in each there, but it also increases all their passive gain by 1, which is really good value. And do we want? I think that's fine. We're focusing more on blue, on the intel points, than anything else. So we'll let the yellows go for now. All right. See if we can get here. There we go. So we can take our points now, or we can get another tech discount, or go for more intel. Or we can just do that and grab all the free points on offer. And then why settle when you don't have to? Okay, we'll take that. We'll take another tech discount and we'll reset the map. Everything's coming up Millhouse. Okay, and we're spent. But that's okay. 2 resets is a really good run for us. Now we need to get a little bit of sportsing done. So, this is rough, but I'm going to suck it up. We're going to learn how to do pull-ups. I hate pull-ups. I hated them in elementary school. I hated them in middle school. I hated them in high school. I hate them now. And it's been at least, 25 years since the last time I took a gym class. And we get a cutscene. It's General Education Day of the week. Push-ups, running, pull-ups. It sounds like the Presidential Fitness Challenge. You've done exactly 2, which is 1 more than you've ever done before. Oh, too real, game. Too real. Come on, a little more. Just 1 more. You can do it. I can not do it. You drop to the ground, rubbing your arms. Good work. Yeah. No, really, you kept going but didn't hurt yourself. Sore. That's just the muscle being a bit hurt, but it'll grow back stronger. You don't want to tear it, but sore is good, and some of the other kids shout for Stonehead to come help them. Be right there. Sorry, gotta go check that out. Feel free to just rest till the end of class. Coach runs off, giving you the last few minutes of the class to yourself. That is a unusually understanding gym teacher. I'm not sure I ever had one of those. Okay, so that clears the parental expectation, so it gives them an opinion boost, and it gives us pride points that we can cash in at the store back home. Now, before I go buying these texts, which are as cheap as they're going to get, we want to head home and see if we're going to put those points to a more useful end. You end up becoming half decent school chums with Ivica. Okay. Some of the reviews of the game talk about how it's weird how the slang veers between American and British. This is one of the times when it veers into British. I don't think I've ever heard American teenagers use the word school chums unironically. The usual hey or hi or a quick how you doing? Nothing real. Not until. Hey, how's it going? Just heading home from school. Patty? Patty? Oh no, quick, don't let her see. Patty? There you are. Hello, Mom. You don't have to yell. I told you I was picking you up for family dinner. I was going to hang out with my friend here, actually. You can invite them along. Hey, free food? Absolutely. I'd love to come to dinner. Wonderful. Let me go get the car. I'm sorry you're being dragged into this. Your mom seems nice. I'm sure it won't be so bad. Also, Patty? It's my first name. Call me that around my mom. It makes things easier. Don't call me that at school, though. Vivica is my middle name. Don't worry. You're Vivica to me, or Patty whenever you need to be. The dinner is normal, if boring. Vivica's, or Patty's, parents are nice. Her brother is also nice. No one really pays much attention to your side conversations. Small talk mostly. However, eventually the conversation turns to, so, do you actually like poetry? Yes. Poetry can be kinda cool. Yeah, I mean, I hate it. Honestly, can't stand this stuff. Don't you write poetry? I don't know. I do a lot of things. It's not about poetry. It's about a feeling, or lots of feelings. I'm trying to get out, or something. I don't know. It's dumb. Forget I said anything. Already forgotten. The rest of the evening goes by fairly quickly. However, just as the night is ending, we should hang out a bit more. You're pretty cool. Nah, we be cash. I'll think about it. Dork. See you around. I met our neighbors when I was out shopping today, and we chatted for a bit. They've been really busy lately, and they could use some help with their chores. And then I thought maybe you could give them a hand. This is a trap. I know this is a trap. I love helping, really. I'm glad you're so eager to help. I'll let them know. This is another reason it's a good idea to beef up your action points. Because sometimes you will get parental expectations like these where you're supposed to do something that you can't do, or you have to do it a whole bunch of times, and they're going to chew through your action points, which leaves you, it takes away it limits your options outside of that. Fortunately for us, like I said, we have ample exam readiness, and we have a good store of points, and we have 3 turns in which to do it, so it's not that onerous. But if we were lagging behind in that would basically leave us with a binary choice between burning through our points and keeping the parental approval, or not fulfilling the request and then devoting our energies elsewhere. Because it is important to keep the parental approval up. If you keep it up here above the 70 break point, they're proud, and then you can buy stronger buffs and useful stuff from the special requests store. But it also gives you a buff to your allowance. That range is neutral, and if it falls below there, you don't get any allowance at all, which at this stage of the game is really rough. And then the same metric applies here. Usually, like between here and here, things are fine. If your mental health is above 70 and when you're relaxed, if you don't already have it, you get a bonus schedule slot, which is super handy. But then if it falls down under here, you actually lose a schedule slot. And then if this meter goes to 0, you're in deep trouble. It's not happened to me, but as I understand it, you get 3 strikes, and then you get sent to, I guess, a military academy or some such thing. And then if your mental health goes to 0 3 times, apparently it foretells, I guess, dire consequences, a lifetime of pills and whatnot. I'm not a big fan of that. Wendy, welcome. What is this game you're playing? This is Growing Up. It's a life sim by a Polish studio called Vile Monarch. But if you ever heard the Princess Maker kind of series of games, it's kind of along those lines, where you take a kid from newborn up through the end of high school, and you pick what they study, you manage their friendships, and then you also pick their future career. And then after each generation, it resets. There's no option to be child-free, unfortunately. It annoys me too, but then the following generation you can do it again and then again. Don't know much. Only recently learning more about it. Sound like The Sims? Oh, kind of. As you see, it's not as 3D as The Sims. This is actually based off of a Chinese game called Chinese Parents, which is wacky, and I will play at some point. But just to give you a look, as you're growing up, you start out with the basic stuff, counting to 10, gardening basics, learning the alphabet and writing, and then as you progress in age, you can specialize. You can go into cooking, social sciences. You can go into magic if you want to have a career in magic. For this particular playthrough, we are specializing in computer science. We've just mastered computer graphics, and we're aiming at game development, because our goal is to be a game dev when we grow up. Oh, and then I point this out again. The flavor text for game dev tech is, I always thought making games would be more fun, ... It might be letting us know a little bit more about the devs than they intended. But, okay, so, our parents have just given us a chore that we need to go be a dog walker 10 times. Doesn't this feel a bit too much like real life? Well, maybe, but I say this is also you can easily be a self-insert character, you might notice. Our main character's name is Trooper, so you can also live vicariously through this character, and I don't know if you didn't learn enough astronomy when you were in school, this is a chance for you to do it, or it's just little stuff like that, and it's just a very chill game with also a really good soundtrack too. And the way it works is when you're learning, you have brain points that you can. I'll show you when we get to the next brain map. But you also collect these action points as you do things out in the world, and that's what we're doing now. You can do chores, or you can go have fun, like riding a bike, listening to music, and then that all improves your mental health. Or in this case, doing work. earns you money, which, well, who doesn't like having money, right? Let's see, where are we? We need to do that 2 more times. There we go. And so then that gets us some more parental approval, and then more pride points to spend at the store back home. Bill's next game is against the Packers next week. He just found out. Well, I'd say something, but I am so far removed from the NFL. I don't know anything spicy to say. Easy win. Okay. I'm sure Packer will have something to say about that, but yeah. And so then, Wendy, what we do is so the way you progress is that you have these texts that come up in these tech trees, and then the first thing is you can buy them. So in the history lineup, so we're going to buy learning about World War II for 80 knowledge points. And then just when you learn it the first time, you get a nice boost to, in this case, our memory. But then that shows up here. So then you also need to practice. In this one, we need to practice it 7 times to master it. And then when you master it, you get 90 of those knowledge points plus another boost to your memory. And it also, like, if we were going to be a historian, we would want to finish as many of these texts as possible. So we did that, and then now this is the sign that the SAT is upon us when they start throwing like SAT prep at us. So we'll take that, and then most importantly, we learn the game dev tech. You see Neil, the computer science teacher, watching the attract mode of the arcade game he normally plays. He doesn't seem to be playing at the moment. Neil, how's it going? Oh, all right. Managed to relate to your students? Yeah, I shared that trick you showed me with a kid the other day. He was actually impressed. Made me feel like some kind of superhero. Also, I gotta say, it helps keep me young, seeing what all the newer generation are doing with their programming kung fu. The youngers will outrun me sooner or later, but not today. Well, sounds like you have things handled. I think so. Just remember, every job is people management. Though computers are nice, because you can make some incredible things. Making fantastical worlds with code and programming, pixels and syntax, so make sure to keep at it. Don't let your interest in computer science be just a passing thing. Really focus. One day, you might even be making things like this game, or be an engineer on a program for NASA. He gives you a big smile. However, there's an awkward silence that stretches on for a while. So, got an extra quarter? Hey, don't look at me like that. I've been out for a while. I don't want to play another round before I go home. Does the community college not pay you, Neil? Good grief. The text in the game is it can be. It's a little, very special after school kind of thing. But that's high school, right? If it's not actually as dramatic and momentous as it feels at the time, but it feels like it's the biggest thing in the world, because what else do you know? Nothing like boyfriend. Hey, Wendy, nothing is like Boyfriend Dungeon. There are no Erics in this game. I feel confident in that, if nothing else. Okay. That's a reference I'm not sure that anyone else here will get, but... Okay, so we still have 60 action points, so let's see if we can... buck ourselves up some. There we go, a couple rounds of comic book reading. One more, why not? Also notice now we have a large amount of money. So now we can go into shops and buy, okay, that's a brain point cap. We don't necessarily need that. What we would like, that's also brain point. We want ones that raise our action point cap. But then I don't know if we have access to those. Hey, there we go. There's one. Oh, yes, and then we can buy ourselves some coffee. That gets us plus 10 to the action points cap, too. Excellent. Okay. You don't want the boyfriend dungeon army growing? Explain the logic underlying that conclusion, please, Packer. Are you anti-boyfriend dungeon? Okay, so we've unlocked game dev, but that's 8. So doing that would take all 8 of our schedule slots, and that's a little intense. Ah, that's a joke. Okay. Well, I have to check, Packer, because I don't know if you noticed, but when the game came out, some folks got big mad about it. So, but if you're just joshing, then okay, fine. Okay, tell you what, we'll do 5 of those. That'll 5, 10, 15, 25. And then, what's our most potent form of entertainment? Ah, karaoke, of course. You find it kind of dumb? Oh, please. There are way dumber games out there than Boyfriend Dungeon. Okay. So it's minus 25, plus 24 for us. And then parents get 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Minus 20, so maybe minus 9. Okay, maybe we don't do it. Okay, let's do a round of video game testing and 2 rounds of karaoke. Jake invites you out to the movies, though it's with Jake's father. Oh, the new Judgment Sentence film is out. We have to see that. A lawyer movie? I wanted to see the new Crack Shot. It's supposed to be really good. Son, are you the one paying? No, Dad. Because if you have $40 sitting around to waste on you and your friend... No, you know I don't. You don't give me an allowance and won't let me work. Because school is your goddamn job, and I provide for your shit. Language, sir. Yes, sir. Good. Now we're seeing Judgment Sentence. Sure, why not? Lawyer movies can be fun, right? They can be like The Client, and you can see Tom Cruise fight Wilford Brimley. The lawyer movie might be fun. Really boring. Your friend has good taste. Come on, kiddos. Jake's dad buys three tickets, and you all file into the film. 2.5 hours later, you come out of the lawyer movie, like the capital L, capital M. Fairly standard affair, a small-town lawyer fighting the good fight against... That speech you gave at the end, I thought I was going to cry. That was incredible. Yeah, Mr. Rossley gave us a good performance. I wish real life was like that. Someone fighting for the small guy. The system isn't built for it, but sometimes you can get it to work for you if you know how it works. Well put, Dad. Yes, I completely agree. That's what my parents say, too. I know this movie was based on a real case. That really happened? Yep. Even used some of the court transcripts for the lines, so it's pretty accurate. Jake can't stop talking about the film after that. He watches every lawyer movie he can. Oh boy. Ooh, and the movie theater is open too. That's real good because that's also some big relaxation points for us. Okay, so I mentioned the brain map earlier. This is where a lot of the learning happens. Because each of these little nodes, they increase one of your stats, and then the big ones can either give you a big boost to points and then the passive bonus, or it can increase your brain point or your action point cap. These give you tech discounts, and then if you're lucky enough to find one of these, you can refresh the map and try again, which those can snowball, and then you can really rack up some silly amounts of, if you specialize, you can get up to like the 10, 15,000 in one particular. Or if you can try to be well-rounded, but the game really doesn't reward being a well-rounded person. It all but pushes you to specialize. So that's what we're doing. We're going all in on intelligence and computer science, computer design, and then we'll just basically backfill after that, whatever we feel like doing. So let's push some buttons. Yep, and those are just free points. We love it when we find those. Okay, and we'll grab that. Okay, let's go through this way. Lovely. I'll take that. I'll take that. And I don't think we really need everything basically except the SAT stuff is as cheap as it's going to get, so we don't need to worry about that. So let's reroll. Beautiful. Not only does it tell us where to find the next reroll, but also we can click these, the super inside, which opens up the entire map for a low 25 points. Which means then we can do that and just click on whatever we want without having to flail about and guess. We'll take some more charm too. A little extra charm never hurt. No, we don't want to get... No, we're not getting over there. Ah, well. There. And if you do this, we can spin the wheel. Maybe that'll reset the map for us. Or it'll do one of any number of other things. Nope, it'll do the least useful thing possible. Thanks, game. Good RNG. And we're spent. Okay. So no expectations yet, so we'll run on home, and then we'll see what we have to do then. Ah. You stopped by the hospital to talk to Alicia, like you promised. Trooper, you made it! It's rare to see you smiling. You're the best-looking thing in this place. Do you know what they have me doing? According to TV, cleaning bedpan. Wow, TV covering the spiking of punch at a high school homecoming dance. This place must have the slowest of new days. Bingo. Gross. You have no idea. Actually, it isn't all that bad. Mostly sucks how many people in this place. Life gets bad, you know? Yeah, about that. Life gets bad? Yeah. You know what hospice is? You take care. Oh, okay. That's not me. You should know what hospice is. It's when people are being looked after while they're dying. This hospital does that, and it also has a free clinic. Makes it easy to realize how good we have it. That's one way to look at it. I have to get back to work, but if you want to visit again, I'll see you then. Family movie night. Tonight, you're watching the cinematic classic, The Ship. Legally distinct film, The Ship. You see that, kiddo? A captain always goes down with a ship. Always. You see tears in your parents' eyes. Yeah, I would definitely go down with a ship. Wink. I would make sure that everyone else who could make it off made it off. I know you would, kiddo. Your parents hug you while the ship slowly sinks into the cold water. The door could have held them both. It's scientifically proven. And now the hospital's available too. We gotta raise our empathy. Knife Crazy! Hey, welcome back. Welcome in, welcome in. Who in their right mind would not get on a raft if possible? Well, I guess in ye olde days there was still there's still people who believed in chivalry and such. And, yeah, the captain, the orchestra. And and iceberg deniers, who are called the presence of an iceberg fake news. Okay, so We need to raise our empathy. That's the red points there. And we could do with a little boost to that. One quick way is, for reasons unbeknownst to me, magic is included under the empathy tree. And that's a nice cheap text, so let's grab some of that. Oh, and another cutscene. Once more at Sky Tower Observation Deck, having returned at the date and time written on the card. The hat. It's empty, yet somehow a rabbit comes from it. What does this mean? Nothing. The rabbit is a lie. It doesn't mean anything. It's just a trick. Ah, but what means more in this world than tricks? Treats. I mean, it is Halloween, after all. The real secret is that most people know the hat is not empty. They know when a magician shows them something. It's a lie. However, they prefer believing that lie to the realities around them. I'm going to be diplomatic and ask if you're a magician. Are you a magician or something? Of a sort, yes. So, why did you come here? You gave me a card that told me to, so I did? Check the card again. You check and the card is blank this time. How'd you do that? Meet me here again, when the wind blows cold, and the sun and the moon share the sky, and I'll show you how. With that, she looks out over the edge of the building, and out over the whole city. She just stands there silently until you leave. Also, I do realistically believe that the captain might be the last one to leave the ship. He would not just go down with it for the sake of going down with it. That's a decent shout, Wendy, although I guess in the specific instance of the ship, they might not have had time to get up. I can't remember if they had time to get all the lifeboats out, or if they really did just send all the women, children, and cowards out first. You can tell how closely I paid attention, like the one time I saw that movie. Okay, so more empathy. So let's head back to Sky Tower, and then let's learn rabbits and hats. Alright, almost there. And now, because we unlocked it last turn, we can go... Oh, wait, another cutscene. Gosh darn it. Luca Cox, semi-famous indie director. Semi-famous indie director? Oh boy. Is showing off his new film, No Air on Venus. The movie theater is having a special guest show up after his film and a Q&A. The movie was actually quite good, if a bit pretentious. I mean, hey. Afterwards, he comes out and talks about the industry, his career, and advice. If you want to be good, you just gotta make a goddamn good film. And I've made some goddamn good films. Of course, my first film, whoo, you'll never see that. Some people at the Q&A laugh. However, let's get some questions from the audience. Suddenly, he points at you. Yes, you there. Tell us about that worst experience. What was one of your worst experiences on a set? All of them. Only half joking. Unlike some people, I find it all hard. All hard, you say? Organizing, dealing with people, talking to you all here. It feels like I'm bleeding. I've always been melodramatic, though. I can't stop, either. The thing is to keep in mind is that experiences are always good and bad. You have to ask yourself if you love it. So, advice for all you young bips. Bips? Okay. Start small. Understand you're going to suck, and don't let anyone tell you you're wrong. A few more questions come after that, but the Q&A finishes soon enough. Bips. Yeah, bips. I'm thinking that's another one of those cases where the slang in this game veers from American into British and back again. Although if there are any Brits in chat who can confirm whether bips is actual British slang or if our Polish dev friends just made that up, I think everyone here would appreciate it. Right. But on to the important stuff, going to the movies. Hey, there we go. So that takes care of that, but we still have a bunch of points left, so let's hit that. Maybe one more time. Okay, that's good. Oh, right. And now we can go to arcade. And let's see if we can finish out game development. All right, there we go. We are finished with that tech tree. So once we finish this up, and then we take the SAT, that's going to basically determine how well we do in the SAT. Is going to determine basically where we land in the game dev sphere, whether we're going to be like a lowly coder or if we're going to run our own studio. No shade to any coders out there, but you know, we're aiming for the top here. Okay. And then we'll also take science study for more intel, and now we are 94% prepared for the SAT. Let's see, can we go in here? There we go. I would like one gallery ticket, because that opens up the gallery, and the gallery does, well, it will do one very important thing for us after another cutscene. Hello! She bursts in front of you in an obvious ball of forced passion. Would you be interested in taking a weekly art class? Before you can respond, it's held right here in the gallery. Before you can respond to that, it's being supported by the city and the museum itself. Before you can respond to that, you can drop in and out anytime you want. And before you can respond to that, and it's free! She stares at you with the intensity of someone that really needs to hear a yes today. Well, gosh, if I have to say yes or say yes, I suppose I'll say yes. Yeah, sounds fun. Wonderful! I run a few classes most days. Drop in anytime. Here, take this book on anatomy written and illustrated by me as a free gift. She forces a book into your hand. It has a cartoon version of herself looking back at you. The cover at least looks very well drawn. Anatomy Anew by Parul Chandra. When you look up from the book, she's off trying to bother other people about her art class. Okay. Well, the reason we did that is because, you know, the gallery store is unique because this is the one place where you can actually buy parental approval. You can only do it once, but it is very handy. And we can also get ourselves another boost to our allowance income, which we will most definitely do. And I'm just going to splurge. We're going to get that now. All right. Are there any jobs that we're close to mastering? Oh, well, tutor, but we can't do that here. Father. Okay. Never mind. Okay, we'll just open this one up. It'll be a gallery tour guide. That'll take the last of our action points. All about hey, bribes go both ways. You know, the parents bribe us with allowance. We can bribe them with a T-shirt with a painting and a necklace. Apparently. All right. So now that we have mastered our preferred skill tree, what we're going to make sure to do is not complete any other one, because from what I've seen, if you complete multiple, they just give you like a generic, oh, you are a college professor, because you have your love for education, and that's not what we want. We want all game dev all the time. So now we start backfilling, and because empathy is trailing some, we'll go learn about some bones. But first, more snacks. We will have ourselves some gratin dauphinois. Pretty sure I nailed that pronunciation. That sounds far too reasonable. It can't possibly have become a dumb movie cliche since forever then? Well, I mean, that's not a bad shout, but at the same time, I mean, you know, cliches don't arise from nothing. So, you know. Okay. There we are. We're going to master vertebrates. And, I don't know, more movies? Yes, more movies. So, 10, 20, 30. So that's minus 14 for us. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. I see, so plus 2 for the parental units. That's fine. We can work with that. Thinking you'd be spending a quiet afternoon in, your parents tell you there's a phone call. A hysterical voice on the other line picks up. You've got to help me! Oh god, I screwed up big time. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Slow down. Vivica? Patty? Is that you? Yes, it's me. Look, you gotta come down to the police station and claim you're my sibling. Please, I don't have anyone else to call. Sure. I'll be there. You will? Okay, great. See you soon. With that, the phone goes dead. You arrive at the police station claiming to be Patty's sibling. It's clear the police don't believe you, but they mostly wanted to make sure Patty got home safely. Sure, that's definitely what the police do. Hey, thanks for coming. They said they picked you up because they thought you were, quote-unquote, tagging? Yeah, they couldn't pin it on me, though. Guess I'd get off with a warning and my family knowing. Well, you knowing. What happened? I was tagging. Just some stupid condemned building. Stashed my stuff before they caught me. Hope it's still there. Yeah, this is Vivica, aka Patty. She is one of the friends you pick up as you play along. The game starts you as a newborn, and then you go through preschool. But then in elementary, middle, and high school, you get one person who is your friend. And then some of these, depending on the gender, and then the friends' preferences, you can romance them as well, if you are so inclined. Well, thank you for trusting me, Patty Vivica. Thanks for trusting me. You're probably my closest friend at the moment, which I guess is really saying something. It wasn't fair of me. I can't talk to my parents. Can't stand my brother. Hey, can we just go for a walk or something? At least for a bit? I don't really want to go home just yet. The two of you found your way to the park. Patty's oddly silent, kicking rocks and looking at anyone but you. I hate them. The silence after that lasts for a while. I know I shouldn't, but I do. My parents, my brother, why? I don't really know. Or, okay, maybe I do. My parents decided to adopt when they couldn't have kids. They got me. Only, it turns out they could have kids, so they also got him. So, I don't know, what does that make me? Ah, you're special. You're someone special. Weren't you listening? I'm really not. I was listening. I said what I meant. You're a dork. But then she smiles. Eventually she heads off telling you that you two need to hang out again, real soon. Now we can go to the police station, like that's something we would do voluntarily. Drama llama detected. Well, the melodrama does come on kind of thick and fast here, but it's high school. That's a time of life when those things happen because you have no other life experiences against which to measure all of that. A breakup is the worst thing that will ever happen to you, and the pain will last forever, ever. Oh, here we go. Tap the Uber attribute neuron to collect all visible attributes of a given type. Okay. Well, that's efficient. But yeah, it's for stuff like that I'm not 100%, but I'm more willing to cut high school kids some slack just because you don't know what you don't know, and you don't know that most of the stuff that happens to you in high school will be utterly irrelevant, and not that long after you leave high school. But again, there's no way you can know that, so don't necessarily hold that against them. That's fine. Let's just re-roll. All right. More free points, lovely. I will take those tech discounts. Things are ever so slightly expensive. More free points, lovely. There we go, that's what we wanted to see. And nope, no reroll. Well, shucks. Okay, I could hit that and give us every yellow node. Problem is, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, so that's not great value. But then again, I mean, there's really not much. Oh, we can grab that. We'll get to be a little bit more imaginative. How many pink nodes do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, pink is better value. And then we'll just pick up some points, and we're spent. More than we all like to believe in the goodness of people, whereas history has taught us that when your life is truly in danger, people will not value chivalry as much anymore. Then you may be pessimistic, so way to say, hey, it's okay. It's okay, Wendy. You know, it's are people inherently good or bad? You know, what side of people comes out? You know, when the chips are really down. That's and not only is it heavy stuff, it's also like kind of fundamental to the human experience. So it's not always the kind of stuff that goes well with Twitch chat. But hey, it's valid. It's a valid feeling. All right, let's head home. You stopped by the hospital to hang out with Alicia. If I ever said this job wasn't so bad, I was lying. There was a salmonella outbreak. Do you know what that does to someone? Both ends. It's coming from both ends. On the floor, the ceiling, in the hall. How does it get in the hall? If they didn't say I'd go to juvie if I didn't do this, I am still thinking of just walking. This place is horrible. Aw, buck up, little trooper. You just need to keep your chin up and have a can-do attitude. If you sound like my father again, I will slap you. I mean it. Hey, I'm trying to be helpful. You want to be helpful? Do this job for me. I don't want to touch bedpans. Neither do I. You both laugh at that. Oh boy. So, how are things with you and your parents? Your brother? Bad. Horrible. My mom is a vapid idiot, and my dad is a rich vapid idiot that doesn't know he's an idiot. And my brother graduated from college and is well on his way to being a turbo vapid idiot. That sounds like business school. I gotta go to my dad's this weekend. He's really excited to tell me some news he thinks I'll find funny. Not looking forward to it. Yeah, there's no reason to dump on her family. We've only met her mom, so we'll be... You should at least try and be nice. You shouldn't tell me how to deal with my family. Do I tell you how to deal with yours? No, but you probably would if you thought about it. She grins in a way that's hard to not find charming. Well, sorry to say, I need to get back to it. I thought we were going to hang out. Shouldn't your shift be over? Yeah, but they offered to triple my hours because they need the help, and it'll get all this done faster. More hours means fewer days, so... okay. You can visit me again whenever you want. Well, mostly when I want a break. Guess I'll have to do that. And now the game wants us to get more charming. Yeah, you study psychology, you learn a lot about people, what people do depending on circumstances. It's a realistic view, although I would still love to believe people can be better, but I guess it's moving. Yeah. That's probably I mean, at least, if not believing people are inherently good, at least believing they have the capability to be better. I think that's probably the mentally healthy way to go about it, because if you just assume everyone around you is horrible and going to backstab you, if you give them the opportunity, that sounds like the recipe for a miserable existence. Okay, so be charming. Is there any charming stuff we can do work-wise? We could go be a clown. We could go do the gallery tour guide again. Any charming entertainment? Go shopping. Or we can go do karaoke. And what's more charming than karaoke? I ask you, chat. Oh, hang on. I can't do karaoke because I have yet to unlock the thing that lets us do karaoke. So let's fix that. Oh, wait, no, I cannot do that because that costs $250 dues, and we're 100 short. All right, time to go do some charming work. You're super afraid of doing karaoke. Honestly, Wendy, so am I. I did it once. Once was enough. Karaoke is the devil? There, seconded and thirded. The motion is carried. Okay, now we got the money, so we're going to go buy a concert ticket, which opens up the club, and another cutscene, unfortunately. You're just hanging out at the local music spot when the DJ makes his way over to you. Oh wow, look what we got here, a new face. How you doing there, shorty? I'm literally as tall as you are. Fine. You listen to my tracks? Catch my set? What'd you think? Sure, they were awesome. They were pretty dope, I say convincingly. Yeah, they were. I tore the roof off this place. He takes a long moment to look you up and down. This is my club. You know what? I like you. You can come into this club anytime you want, free of charge. I also get a good vibe from you, a real artistic spirit. You should consider making some tunes yourself sometime. Obviously wanted to make a dramatic exit, he turns and struts away. Would not be able to play this game seriously, let it try out all the bad, evil choices. Well, those will have some consequences, but the good thing is, Wendy, that those consequences don't carry over to the next generation. So all you got to do is, start up the next generation, and then it's like nothing bad ever happened. You're a complete tabula rasa. Okay. Anyway, most importantly, karaoke. Okay, and hang on. Oh, there is one more thing we can do. We can go over here, and we can go shopping. Nice, and we're a third of the way to the goal, and we got 4 turns in which to do it. We are also quite broke, so when you're so bad at singing, you shout at the karaoke machine. Well, everyone's a critic. There's fashion. Oh wait, yeah, we can do that. Before we do that, we're going to go up here, and then we will buy film history, which is also under the charm heading. And because we have the luxury of time, we can open with that, and that'll give us another boost of charm. And then maybe we'll do 2 ticks of irrational numbers, just to keep the points flowing in. And then maybe one thing will work, because we do really need the money. Okay, so that's going to be 3, 6, 9, 12, it's 21, 24. That's going to be minus 24 to our mental health. But then we do 2 more rounds of that, and we're only -8, which is fine. And parents get 1, 2, 3, 7, 11. -16, that's -5. Okay, that's... Okay, no, we'll do that, then that, because we need to keep their approval above 30, or else we lose all of our allowance, and that is no bueno. Patty, and you seem to be the only one in school allowed to call her that, asked you to come out to a concert with her. Thanks for coming out. No one else is willing to give music like this a chance. I don't actually know the band. Really? Atomic Peppermint. Real feminist girl power stuff. Sounds interesting. New to me, but might be fun. It will be fun. Just make sure to loosen up some. I'm plenty loose. Yeah, right. The band comes out. They're hard to hear over the packed house. When the music really starts going, Patty pulls out what seems to be a self-rolled cigarette. My dude, you had friends who were smoking the weed at 11. You know what a joint looks like. Yeah, we're gonna politely ignore. You ignore it, but try not to make a big deal out of it. You want a hit? No, thanks. It's just pot. I said no thanks. All right, sorry. As the music starts, Patty smokes the joint. The place smells strongly of pot, like most concerts. Whew. Judgy much, game? Woo! Atomic Peppermint! Go, go, go! Patty gets very into the music. It's hard to keep up with her. Still, the night passes quickly. It helps that the band's set is only about half an hour. Another band Patty doesn't care for is up next. Boo! Boo! See, this is why we need more music clubs. What's even the point if it'll only be a few minutes long? So, what did you think? They rock, right? Sure, they were rad? They were amazing, that rocked. When are they around again? They're local, I'll make sure you get their CD. After some more idle chit-chat, Patty waits in line to meet the band and buy a CD. They signed my CD! This is the best day of my life! Not because I'm here? Get over yourself. You're cool, but you don't rock like they do. I wish I rocked like that. I want to rock, or I don't know. I just feel like I have all these things inside me. I want to just explode sometimes. One day I want to be up there, on that stage, rocking out, or doing something at least. Nah. I bet you'd be great up there. I just written some bad poetry and have some big dreams. I really doubt that. No, I know you'd be great up there. Dork. After the concert ends, Patty's oddly sullen, quiet. You know, I've been thinking of trying to get a job as a roadie for Atomic Peppermint. They remembered me by name last time I saw them. Don't think my parents would approve. Any idea why you're always so mad at your family? What are you, my shrink? I was one of those. My guy was an idiot. You stare at Patty with a raised eyebrow. She shakes her head. I don't know. I mean, I do. They're all too nice to me. Like they're trying to make it up to me or something. My brother especially. He tries not to get annoyed at me. I push him, and he never pushes back. It's just so fake. I hate fake people. I think I understand. I'd be angry too if I were in your shoes. I just want to find out who I really am, you know? I know who you really are. You're Patty. You're Vivica. You're you. It just doesn't seem that way most of the time. Well, if you're not you, then who are you? Hey, yeah, we got that done. All right, so we got 8 turns to go until the SAT, and we are 95% of the way there. So I think we are in pretty good shape. But again, the amount of prepared you are, that just determines how many moves you'll have to actually do the SAT. You still have to do well on the SAT. So we're not out of the woods just yet. But I feel reasonably confident we'll do well. Okay. Lovely stuff. We'll beef up our imagination a little bit. We're not chasing anything, so we'll just reset. There we go. Lovely. I'll have that, and that, and that, and that, and that. Yeah, not much reason to go looking for a tech discount. I wish you could map your brain that easy. Yeah, same. Same. But then again, if the brain is easy to map, maybe that just means there's not that much there to map. Your mind is too complex to be summed up in a single video game screen. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Something down there. Oh no! Not enough points. There, exactly enough points. And, oh, there we go. Need so much work. Hey, let they who don't need some brain work done cast the first mind stone. You know, it's the way the world is. I think we more people need therapy than don't. How about that? Yeah, we're not making it over there, unfortunately, but or never mind. Maybe we are. Take that, and we'll gather our free points. Yeah, no obvious reset. We'll see if the wheel gives us a free reset or if we're just done here. And that was the most worthless thing you could have done. Thanks, game. Okay, so we'll hit a few of these. The Uber nodes. Clean things out real quick. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Is there anything new? Nope, nothing new there, so let's head home. Jake is over at your place again. He spends a lot of time there. Basically, anytime he's not at school or with the, so, I got a job. Oh, that's great. I thought your father wouldn't let you work. He doesn't need to know about it. It's under the table anyways. What, is it? Nothing dangerous. What is it? Just going to hold some stuff. Maybe walk it to some guys sometimes. Oh, they're not your drugs. You're just holding them for a friend. That sounds a lot like drug running. Jake gives a big shrug. I mean, he's not going to listen to me, but I'll try to talk him out of it. This doesn't sound like a great idea. It's going to be really good money. What if you get arrested? Go to jail. I'm not going to get caught. Besides, it's only illegal because of racist laws. Okay. That's his maybe. It still doesn't mean it's a good idea. Also, I'm a minor. It'd be a slap on the wrist. Jake, you're making a lot of excuses. I thought you wanted to help people. I do want to help people. Money, influence, it's the only way to even... He stops and takes a deep breath. I'm done talking about this. I'm not. Yeah, well, I'm very done. With an angry grunt, he leaves. Jake looks like he's been held back for like... Yeah, he's been a friend in this game since elementary school. Yeah, he's living hard. Because he looked like a regular kid in elementary school and even middle school, but high school, he took a turn. The moment you come through the door. All right, hotshot. How far can a rabbit run into the woods? only halfway. Then it's running out of the woods. I don't know, like halfway? Wrong. The rabbit can only run halfway. Your parrot narrows their eyes, because after that, they're running out of the woods. You didn't steal my brain teaser book, did you? No. Well, good work. Just remember to keep your thoughts sharp. You never know when life is going to throw a wobbly one at you. Again, game. Americans do not say wobbly unless they're referring to something's a lack of coordination. So it wants us to raise our memory. Drugs? Yeah, drugs. Lots of drugs. Two of the three people were... No. If you count alcohol, 3 of the 3 people we're friends with here have been into the drugs. As I said in an earlier stream, it's like the people who made this game, they might have watched one too many very special after-school specials, or they just consume very strange news coming out of the U.S. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe boozing and smoking the weed is a regular thing in high school, and I was just so square I didn't even notice. That's always a possibility. Okay. Raise memory. So, no, that we don't need to buy that just yet. But what we can do, one of these side. Okay. Rather than bother with things you learn in school, let's learn about pasta. So we'll get a bonus from that, and then another cutscene. You enter the local diner during the off hours again. May smiles at me. Oh, hello. If it isn't my wannabe short order cook. I actually was wondering if you had any tips on pasta. May actually looks oddly sad at that question. Oh, American-style noodles. I've never been very good with, honestly. What are you good at? Well, what are you good at? Eggs! Just about any kind of egg. American, French, Japanese, Hawaiian. I can do just about any egg recipe. Especially some really delicious Chinese dishes I learned from my mom. My family wasn't too happy when I decided to open an American-style diner. So why did you? Most restaurants don't make it. I did the math, I did some research, and if I want to make it in the area, this is what the restaurant had to be. Makes sense, meet your customers where they're at. No, you're following your dreams. I think that's noble. You have no idea how hard it's been. Besides, I wanted to do diner cooking. I've learned so much. I'm way better at pasta than I was... Here, just a moment. She starts to scribble on one of her waitress tickets. This is just a simple recipe for some don don noodles. Try it out sometime. It may be simple, but it's good. She gives you a massive smile before going back to work. Ooh, I do love me some don don noodles. That's good stuff. Okay, so now that is as cheap as it's going to be, so we can buy that. And hey, presto, we're almost there. Matter of fact, we're so close, I don't think we need to do that. Is there any fun stuff we can do? Kind of. We can go play some board games, and that'll get us the yellow... will that get us? It won't get us 60 yellow points, but it'll get us pretty close. Okay, now we can flip back. Because fun stuff improves our mental health, but it lowers parental satisfaction. And then the opposite is true. If we're picking up new skills, we gain parental approval, but it costs us mental health. So weird time for the flying spaghetti monster to make an appearance, but a celebrity cameo is not unwelcome. And there we are. And now that that's done, I think we can lay off of that. So let me pop back here real quick. Yeah, one of the things you can do, you can also you can burn an entire turn, and then you can go on a trip with your parents, and then it gets you large boosts to your mental health, and then certain points, and then like the tier 3, you get massive. Parental approval costs you mental health. This might be the most realistic game mechanic I've ever heard. Yeah, it's rough, but I mean, they got to balance it out somehow. Doing jobs. Well, then generally you gain money, you spend action points, and then it costs you a little bit of mental health. Study costs you larger mental health, and then gain satisfaction. And then so you try to juggle that with the requests are usually an easy way to get boosts in parental opinion. But since we have like an absolutely silly amount of pride saved up here, we're just gonna we'll buy ourselves a game station, a legally distinct video game console, a skateboard, and a chess set. Vibrating beads not included, presumably. Alright, so that'll give us more entertainment options, if nothing else. And we still have more action points, and... Oh, so yeah, and we can afford that. That gives a flat $200, but we need to raise it to proud. We got to push it all the way up there. Well, that might be kind of difficult. So let's just soldier on, shall we? Tell you what we can do. Maybe we'll finish out pasta. There we go. We have our legally distinct cube puzzle. And there we are. We are now a pasta master. And we have 20 action points to spend, so we will engage in some retail therapy. Awesome. I'll go ahead and pick that up too, since this is cheap as it's going to get. Let's see. So we continue to backfill. Okay, we probably finish irrational numbers. And that's going to take 5 of our schedule slots. Let's see where that'll leave us. So that's going to be plus 20 to parental approval. That's good. That's going to be minus 30 to our mental health, though, which is less good. Much less good. So what's it going to look like if we do 3 rounds of chess? So minus 30, so that's at minus 6 for us. Manageable. Plus 20, minus 24 for the parents. Well, let's head over here. We'll buy our parents' conditional love with a t-shirt, as one does. And then we'll buy our mental health with a hamburger, again, as one does. Yes. Eating your way to mental health is maybe not the soundest message, but it's definitely one that this game pushes on you. There you go. Patty asked you to meet her at an address. To your surprise, when you arrive, it's a hospital. You mean like the hospital we've been to previously? This is the place that I was, okay. Give me a moment. This is the hospital I was born at. I'm trying to find my birth parents, and I didn't want to be alone, so you don't have to do anything, just stand next to me, okay? Sure. I can stand next to things like nobody's business. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, mega dork alert. Sheesh. Thanks. Okay, come on. Patty spends about an hour talking to different people in the hospital. Despite it sounding promising at first, she finds that her birth parents had the records sealed. The records might not even exist. Patty slumps against the wall of an empty hospital room. No clearance. So it's not the best idea, but popular and fast? Yeah, and it stimulates the economy. So what's the downside, really? You ran into a dead end here, but there are other things you can look into. Yeah? Like what? Find out who was working here when you came through. Talk to your parents who might have more info. Talk to the agency you were adopted through. Other things I haven't thought of yet. Yeah. It was just... I guess I got my hopes up too high. Thought I might find out for sure I didn't just... I feel like a mistake most days. I don't want to feel like that anymore. Patty's arms are around you suddenly, your shoulder wet with tears. She cries for a very long time. You take her home after that. For once, you don't hear fighting as she enters her house. Okay, so playing chess didn't start very well for us. Ooh, but now we can learn desserts. Now we're getting to the good stuff. Okay, and for some reason we have the ability to play video games at school. Alright, game. Sure thing. But before any of that, more book learning. There we go, that's what we're looking for. I think we can take these, and then we'll just re-roll. Alright. Yeah, we are now very much in the home stretch. We have all the text we really wanted. Exam preparation is pretty much there. Now it's a lot of fine tuning and like shoring up relationships. So if there's a character you particularly want to romance, this is the time when you try to get that on lockdown. Nope, that's fine. Go ahead and crack that open. Jeez. Rage quit and break the controller first time you play a game. Good job. Alright, well there's chess. Well, we figured out how to play chess, so we're good there. You stopped by the hospital at the time Alicia let you know she'd be free for a bit. Alicia seems to be in a terrible mood, though. Of course he would do this. You remember I don't exist inside your head, right? My dad! The hospital! He's gonna shut it down. He thinks it's funny. Your dad's gonna shut down the hospital? How could he even do that? His company. They're a conglomerate. The hospital is not doing great. Well, I mean, if keeping people healthy isn't profitable, I mean, what can you do? I mean, public health care? Government provided health care? That sounds like socialism. We can't have that. What does he plan to replace it with? Strip malls? Apartments for rich people? Another hospital? Whatever they want. Why do you even care if this place gets shut down? I don't. Just, a lot of people need it. There are people that won't have anywhere to go if this place shuts down. People who are... people that have nowhere else to go. She's quiet. The entire hospital is for a moment. Pretty sure my brother is even going to head the acquisition now that he's out of Fancy Pants Business School. I hate Fancy Pants Business School. You could talk to your brother. I'd rather die. Maybe talk to your brother and don't die. Sounds like you're not the one who will die. Harsh. It's whatever. Maybe I'll see about talking to him. Both of them. I don't know. Alicia lets out a heavy sigh. You know, I have a day off coming up. What were you thinking of doing on Saturday? As a refined, cultured individual, I am going to an art gallery. I was going to check out an art gallery, actually. You into that kind of thing? Are you? Sometimes. Want to join me? Sure. He keeps breaking things. No wonder he keeps his hand in his pockets. Well, the handy thing is, like, whatever gets broken in this game rarely seems to stay broken. Except hearts. Da-da-da. This book is boring. This movie's boring. Everything's so boring. The only boring thing here is your attitude. How do you plan on functioning in the world if nothing interests you? Surely, somewhere out there, there must be something of interest. I'm just not sure what and where yet. Seriously, though, you shouldn't expect the world to interest you and entertain. You should be the one who finds interest and entertainment in anything. And how do I do that? Keep an inquisitive mind. Ask yourself questions. Why does something work like this? What does it remind me of? What would others think about it? What if none of that interests me? Well, then you're a lost cause, so better hope that works. Good talk, Mom. Only boring people get bored. Learn how to find interests anywhere. Rude game. Very, very rude. Okay, so they want us to fight boredom with imagination. Well, I know one place we can do that. We're going to learn how to tell stories. And we can power through that real quick. And you can tell by the setting, that's a tech we were supposed to have bought much earlier in the game. But do we care? We sure don't. Okay, so what else? We could, oh, we can go to Art Lady's thing, and we can learn papercraft. And that's got us most of the way there already, so that's a good sign. And now we can take our mad art skills and make concert posters. And hey, presto, challenge done. We don't even have to learn music theory. Because, oof. I remember music theory from high school. It was not fun. Thankfully, I've forgotten most of it by now, so it no longer haunts me. And with that out of the way, we will continue our backfill. Yeah, so I think we'll stop there just so we can avoid polluting the pool and then cheating ourselves out of the game dev ending, which is what we really want. Okay, so we'll unlock society study. Should we learn desserts? Yeah, let's learn desserts. Desserts fun. Now, okay. I don't. If there's any kind of skill you're going to acquire that should boost your mental health rather than cost you, it should be learning about how to make dessert, right? Feels like the game has that backwards. But hey, I'm not a game dev, or at least not yet, so Clearly they know something I don't. The game tells lies. Yes, it most certainly does. Okay. And we balance the karaoke with more dessert making. Okay, and then maybe we'll just pop out here. Quick bit of cloud watching. Get a bit more mental health. Let's see. What do we? We can learn us some astronomy, maybe, or. Yeah, let's learn about the Big Bang, the beginning of, well, everything. And then we'll follow that up, because we're going to need to, with some high-quality entertainment of video games. Okay, so that's gonna basically get us minus 30 and then plus minus 14. So we definitely need to raise that up. Parents will get plus 18, so plus 2. So we need to break out the big guns. We need to eat beef Wellington to improve our mental health. The pinnacle of high cuisine. That seems like a low bar, actually. I imagine the French would have something to say about beef Wellington being the pinnacle of cuisine. Okay, it's the day that Jake is supposed to start his new job. You know he's going to meet up with his crew in the park. I mean, I'll try to talk him out of it, but he hasn't listened to me yet. You show up just as everyone is heading to the park. Mort sees you and shakes his head before pointing at Jake. What are they doing here? Man, Jake, I'm vouching for you. You can't have civvies around. Jake waves Mort down. I got this. Jake comes over to you. Jake, I need to talk to you. You need to not do this. You can't be here, okay? You're making him look really bad in front of the boys. Meth, bikers, stabbings, money. You're making it sound way worse than it is. You're going to get hurt. Look, I'm going to be fine. If you don't get hurt, there's jail. There's face down in the gutter. There's a lot of things. Please, just don't do this. You look at him, hard, desperation in your eyes. Let's just go. Jake, please, you're my best friend. No, you're not really, but I don't want to lose you. He stares back for a very long time. Go home. With that, he turns around and follows Mort. You know that's the end of it. You watch them walk off, meeting up with a half dozen men. After that, Jake spends more and more time at his job. He drops out of high school to work the job full time. Ends up in trouble with the law, but he's right, it's a slap on the wrist. At least the first time. You don't see him again until after graduation. Yeah, I kind of had a feeling that's where that was going. When the first thing an NPC does upon entering middle school is start buying booze and smoking joints, the trajectory is not good. But hey, Jake's his own man. I'm not his dad. So if he wants to wreck himself, I guess that's his decision. Okay, and we reroll. Not a great sign even in anime. I mean, yeah, I don't know about like the Yeah, the drinking especially. I don't know if I've seen much pot use in, at least among school kids in anime, but then again, maybe I checked out of the scene too soon, and that's a thing now. Then again, they had a character drinking and smoking underage in Ichigo Mashimoto, and that seemed to turn out okay. So maybe it's not an obvious sign of impending doom. Okay, no map reroll here, which is slightly annoying, but we'll see if we can force one in the Wheel of Surprise. Ah! Boo. Boo game. Alright. Okay, well, we'll just, I guess, yeah, let's just hoover up as many knowledge points as we can. There we go. You meet Alicia at the gallery on her day off from the hospital. I can't believe you go to play. Game, come on. I can't believe you go to places like this. Why, do you not? My dad used to drag me a lot. My mom hates them, but I kind of like them. The things people make are inspiring. Why do you go? It's free. Suggested donation, but it's a place to go if you don't have pocket cash. Oh. This one over here is my favorite. The Reaper. Wow. Very metal game. It's just a little guy in a cornfield, cutting down corn. Looking at it makes me feel bad. A painting that makes you feel bad is your favorite? Yes. I get it. The two of you just look at the painting for a while. The gallery is quiet, the sound of people appreciating art. The Reaper painting, blue sky, corn, yet somehow the bright, cheery painting seems to promise an end. Yeah, this is a good painting. So, I tried talking to my dad and my brother about the hospital. They laughed at me. Alicia's eyes glisten with tears. We will very platonically put our arm around her. You put your arm around her. She seems surprised at first. Then she leans against you. We will also platonically try to kiss Alicia. You lean over, moving to kiss her. Her eyes go wide. Surprise? Horror? Do you think this is a date or something? Your heart feels like it's going to jump out of your chest. The pure horror is because it is. She grabs you and pulls you in for a deep and very real kiss. It's the awkward kiss of teenagers, but it's also the most exciting thing you've ever done. Took you long enough. We also need to work on your kissing. You don't even remember most of the rest of the day. All you know is when it ends, she says, "See you later, boy toy." You know she meant boyfriend. And now we're to go mow the lawn 10 times. Platonically. Yes, now we're platonically dating. I mean, I will say, if for whatever reason you do complete high school and you have not romanced one of your designated friendos, the game will give you a pity spouse. Because to roll on to the next generation, they can't have single people adopting kids. They must have you must breed with a life partner. Again, not great for those of us, for the child free, but in a game that's all about that's all about kids and growing up. I mean, the kids got to come from somewhere, right? So they just kind of locked into it. All right, so mow the lawn 10 times. Let's not do. There, we'll do 5 of them. That should be enough, I think, for now. Mala, you must. Yeah, it is very much, societal expectation-y kind of whatever. It's not great, but yeah, given like the setup around the game, and especially like the game that it's based on, Chinese parents, unlike this game, the skills you pick up and the professions that you end up doing actually do have an impact on the future generations. Like in Chinese parents, you don't work at all. The only money you get comes from your parents' job. So the better job a character in one generation gets, that's that much more spending money the kid in the next generation gets. Now they don't do that in this game, which would have been nice, but I understand they couldn't just do a full westernized remake of Chinese parents. But still, it would have been nice. All right, we're gonna buy that, and we're gonna buy that. And what the heck, we have the action points. Why don't we just go ahead and do the rest of these? Nice. All right. And that also gives us a good chunk of money as well, so that we can buy our way to mental health via cheeseburgers. Or alternatively, through karaoke. And then, because we are such a dutiful son, we will also buy our parents a shining necklace, which will make them like us 15 points more. Now, unfortunately, we're out of buffs from this particular store, but that's fine. We'll just keep things within a manageable set. Let's see, we learned Big Bang. Okay, we'll learn about the solar system next. We'll also learn about eating chicken salad. You'd never say that a salad could be that delicious. Really? What? I think I've had some delicious salads in my time. There's like a low bar there game, but I don't know. Maybe they don't have good salad in Poland. I don't know. Okay, solar system, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's going to be a minus 30 to us and a plus 18 to the parents. We'll do one round of video game testing, and then to balance things out, we'll play more chess. So it's minus 33. So minus 25, that'll be fine. And then 18, I said, okay, that'll work. Salad, speciesism, maybe. It's anti-arugula bias. Patty drags you out to a concert. Atomic Peppermint, of course. Patty wouldn't miss a show, and you're just about the only one she can drag to the... Woo! Atomic Peppermint rocks the house. Woot woot, woot woot. They're okay. You love them. Oh, all right, maybe I do. I do kind of like them. I mean, Numb Tongue. Numb Tongue is their best song. I know, right? My tongue is numb. I can't get the words out. It aches. It aches. I want to rip it out. I wish they didn't rhyme out with out. I kind of like it. Yes, they're starting Atomic Peppermint. Woo! The band finally starts. The music washes over you. They start with Numb Tongue. The night is a blur of weed smoke and punk rock. After the show, the two of you end up at the diner for what you can afford. A single fries and a single shake. I'm kind of sick of this whole not having enough money for anything thing. Oh, preach on it, Patty. It could be worse. Yeah, still, it sucks. I should write a song about it. You should. I still want to hear one someday. I started learning the guitar. Really? I only know 2 chords so far, which puts me above a few rock acts I know. Woo! Spicy. You're on your way. So, maybe if I ever finish one music lyrics, would you listen to it sometime? That could be cool sometime, if you ever wanted to. Yeah, I mean, if I ever come up with something I like, which I doubt. I know, you hate everything. I do. It's the best part about me. The milkshake and fries go quick, but you two talk well past curfew. Patty and her mom have a fight when she gets home, but that's pretty normal. Alright. The library isn't somewhere you expect to find Patty, yet there she is. Reading a bunch of official-looking papers. They don't look like a normal book. Well, you just said they're official-looking papers. What do you have there? Patty looks left and right, as if afraid someone will overhear. Adoption stuff? Records? People who worked? Last names? Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I went back to the hospital a few times. Honestly, I just want to know who I belong with. To? From? Who I came from. I just need to know. I don't know if I'll ever be happy if I don't. Well, then go for it. You could have told me you were going there. I would have come. I know. I guess if I'm not giving up on this, I need to learn to do it myself. You don't have to do anything alone, really. Here, let me help. I'm looking through the last names of patients who stayed at the hospital in the 2 years before I was put up for adoption. My thinking is, if they used that hospital, maybe they went there at some point. Smart. How did you get this? Mostly by crying and a very sympathetic nurse who probably broke some laws. Definitely broke some HIPAA laws. Okay, give me some and I'll help you look. The rest of the free period goes by without anything being seen. Damn it! Damn it! Patty, calm down. No, there has to be something. There has to be. I need to know. Patty gathers the papers up. I'll see you later, okay? Are you going back to the hospital? You do not have to come. You have class to get to. Oh, no, we're going with Patty. You give Patty a look that lets her know you'll be coming with her. Neither of you say a thing as you cut class and go to the hospital. At the hospital, capital H, Patty talks to everyone she can. She begs. She cries. She even talks about sneaking in or breaking in after to get files, though she most just sounds defeated. It was always a long shot. There's always other avenues to look into. I know. I don't think I can let it go. However, for today and maybe a little while, I'll try. I'll be here when you need me. And now we've cracked open the library. And the library is good for procrastinators, or again, people with a lot of action points, because basically whatever the most advanced tech you've unlocked in a skill tree, you can review those here. Well, again, if you're cramming for the SAT, if you're hard charging toward parental expectation, that's a very handy thing to have. But us, we're ready to go. We're Hundo P with 5 turns left. So basically now we get to flex on the game. So they really will just... there we go. That's what we're looking for. And we'll take all of those and all of those, and we'll move on. And now, I've mentioned Chinese parents, I think, a few times on the stream. I do want to play it at some point on stream, because it's wacky. And you don't have to be you don't have to know Chinese, because the game's been translated into English. You don't even have to be that conversant in all parts of Chinese culture, although it certainly helps. I mean, oops. I live here, and I catch some of it, although I'm admittedly far from all of it. But it's a really neat game, and as I said, unlike unlike growing up, the generations actually do have connections between each other, and the parents don't just turn into nameless task-giving automatons. The moment the generations change over, I mean, they still have effects on your life. But we can get more into that, you know, when we get to Chinese parents. Do we? Yeah, we'll get some yellow points too. There's a lot of those, and then we'll re-roll. Okay, okay, we might not get to the action points. Yeah, we're not getting. Oh, maybe we're getting there. Yeah, there we go. Do we get? Oh, that costs 30. Okay, yeah, we're not getting there. So we'll take that. 5 points off. Boom. Okay. As one would expect. Yeah, sorry, Knife. I lost my train of thought. What are we expecting? Sorry, streamer brain kicking in. Okay, home again. We are just about there. Hey there, boy toy. Alicia kisses you on the cheek as you show up to see her at the end of her shift at the hospital. So, I tried talking to my dad and brother again. You can tell by your face that it didn't go well. Oh, parents still having an effect on your life. Right, gotcha. Yeah, and I think that's, as I said, that's one thing I would have liked to see in this one. But at the same time, like it also, like if you, it also kind of reinforces the notion that like, if coming from money, coming from families of high standing, it also gives you like a real head start in life. Let's say, it doesn't speak much to the bootstraps theory. But again, we can deal with that when we come to it. How about a fundraiser, a bake sale? Have you thought of a big community fundraiser? You really do watch too much TV. It's not just a few dollars, or even a few 100,000, or even millions. It's the company my dad runs can make more money shutting this place down than they can keeping it open. As my dad says constantly, it's not personal. It's business. He always says that when it's personal. Yeah, if giving people healthcare isn't profitable, I mean, why would you even bother? This is the last month this place is even open. Your community service is up today, though, right? Yeah, but I'm going to keep volunteering, even after this place closes. A lot of the nurses are going to this other free clinic, and they could use all the help they can get. You're going to keep doing this? I think so. After I graduate, I think I'm going to do this, and community college. Maybe work on becoming a registered nurse, or take business classes. Eventually buy my brother out someday. I don't know. What do you think? Okay, this is where a little foreknowledge comes in. Focus on helping people would normally be the right answer, but having played this quest line before, I know that is a trap. We need to focus on business. If you're more successful than your brother, what do you think that'd do to your dad? Heart attack. Both him and mom dead instantly. I keep thinking about cutting up my dad's card, but also I see what it's like to not have money, and it's hard. There's not much to say to that. It's true. Throwing around some hard truths there, game. I'm probably not going to hang out with many or any of my friends from high school after I graduate. I don't know if any of them were ever really my friend anyway. I don't know what your plans are after high school, though. Come on. You pull her into the same kind of kiss she pulled you into. For a moment, there is no future. Just right now. The kiss breaks. That's not an answer. Yes, it is. I'll be wherever you are. Now, that's an answer. You chat about the future for a while more, but it's clear that you plan to spend at least some of it with her. Hey, kiddo, my friend's workplace has a few shifts for an intern open if you've got the time. It'll get you some pocket money and some real-world experience. What the hell? I'm already ready for the SAT. Bring it on. Sure, I have the time. Why not? That's the way, kiddo. Why don't you help out a little? A little isn't 10 instances of kitchen assistant-ing. And in 3 turns, no less. But all right. Okay. So, biology study, cheap as it's going to get. SAT writing exercises, cheap as it's going to get. So we'll run with those. And kitchen assistant. Okay. So they want 10. That's going to be 300 action points. Maybe we can do it. Let's see. One more. There we go. Bit of a ding to our mental health, but now we have a silly amount of money. Real quick, let me check around and see if... You know what? Yeah, we'll go ahead and grab these 2. The little tiny brain boosts and action point boosts. They're $55 for, I guess, whatever currency we're using for 5 points. It's not the best return, but it's not terrible either. There we go. Get a little more action points. Oh. Oops, I forgot. The cop station. You peek around the inside of the police department some. Why? Because I misclicked. I normally wouldn't do this. Hey, what are you doing? You see a rather imposing middle-aged woman bearing down on you. I just wanted to see what a police department looked like? Question mark? You considering becoming a cop someday? Maybe? Hey Marv, I'm gonna show this kid around some. An officer behind the desk gives a kind of half-hearted wave. Stick with me, kid. I can show you some of the basics. So, what do you think of cops? I'm standing in the middle of a bunch of cops. What do you think I'm gonna say? You know, I'm not stupid. I mean, I always try and respect the police. Wink. Good kid, good kid. She walks you through some of the police station and shows you things like the holding cell and the interrogation room. Nothing all that interesting, I know. Nope, definitely not. But if you haven't already, don't count out S&P, serve and protect as a line of work. You get to help people every day, and honestly, there are much worse things to do with your life. Do tell. She finally lets you go right when she thinks you're getting too bored. Oh, I'm Riley. Nice to meet you, Officer Riley. Nope, just Riley. Retired. Don't worry, you didn't know. Stop by any time, kid. It sounds like she's serious. Oh, we can at least buy that. Get 5 more action points, and we will never come back here again. Is that all? Okay, yeah, no, we don't need any of that. That's good. Here we beat confessions out of people and no. Yeah. Yeah, this is the game is set in the 90s, as you can tell by the internet technology. So, most white people hadn't figured out to be suspicious of cops yet. Okay, so we have 25 action points. That's not a whole lot. We'll read some comic books. Alright, and we did the thing, so we're set there. We don't want to fill in any more of those blue. There you go. We can. Space exploration will take 7, and that's almost all of our slots. Not necessarily a fan of that. I guess we can do some classic literature. Kind of keep ourselves nice and cultured. Where did that? Oh, literacy. There we go. Okay. And the game really doesn't care like which particular text you knock out for exam preparedness. As long as you fill up the meter, you'll get the maximum amount of turns for the SAT, and that's what we're looking for. So it's minus 30 for us, plus 18 for the parents. More chess. Classic literature and chess, you know, the typical high school student experience. 30, so that's minus 14. 16, and parents will be plus 2. Help ourselves to a big old burger. There we go. Gaming the system sounds like the SAT. Yeah, if your family is well off enough to afford like SAT prep and those massive, those Princeton whatever preparation books, you know, it can really set you up because at the end, ultimately, any of these standardized tests are reading tests at their core because the answers are in there. You just have to read the problem or read the question correctly, and then find wherever the answer is hiding. As the school year is coming to an end, Patty asks you to meet her in the park. You see, she's there already. She has her guitar with her. Something tells you she might know more than 2 chords now. Hey. So, we're graduating soon. Yeah. I don't know if I told you, but I got a roadie gig. Atomic Peppermint? No, they broke up. Some other band. Head Swelled Swamps. They're pretty cool. I'll have to check them out. They're going on tours, so that might be hard to do that. Oh. Going with them? That's what a roadie does. I'm not going to prom or anything. Figures. I wrote you a song. Okay, should I sit or... You can do whatever. Just don't stare at me while I play it. Patty sits down. She strums a few chords. Adjust the wires on the guitar and strums again. Her voice cracks when she tries to start. Damn it. Okay, deep breath. She starts again. The song is slow, much slower than you expect. And I'm not going to sing, so don't bother. Tina, welcome in. Hi. Welcome in, Tina. Let me see if I can do this. Hey, there we go. Folks, if you don't know Tina, she is an awesome streamer. She plays The Long Dark, as well as some other games. I know she's been playing Cult of the Lamb recently. Welcome in, Tina. Hope you're having a good Sunday morning. Things are going fine here. We got curry out of the slow cooker. It's cooling down before we put it in the fridge. So, but yeah, I respect my Twitch audience enough to not sing for them. You choose to go left, you choose to go right. You grow closer and farther, and despite all your might, sometimes things drift away. But there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I don't know if it's an ending or a beginning. I just know that I can't stop swimming. I don't know if I'll make it. I don't know if any of us will. But fish swim in schools, and people do too, so maybe it's okay to take a moment and chill. She stops playing, sets the guitar down, and doesn't look at you. That's it. It doesn't really have a hook or a chorus. It's really more of a poem set to music than a song. Not even a good one. That was really good. You don't have to be nice. I'm not being nice. You wrote that for me? I don't know. I wrote it for me, I guess. I was thinking about you a lot when I wrote it, though. It was beautiful. Yeah, so. I spent a lot of time thinking about my parents. My real parents. You made cranberry orange muffins. Ooh, that is a great way to kick off the day, Tina. Coffee too, maybe? Or or is oh, you okay? The smoke has your throat irritated. You're trying to clear it so you can stream, otherwise you're gonna clear your house. Well, hey, no, don't. Oh, is it smoky out where you are? Because I know, like out in the west, they had a lot of smoke and crap in the air. Yeah, don't push yourself if you don't feel up to it. We want our Tina at 100%, and yes, always coffee. I can't let this go, you know. Maybe it's a wrong thing to do. I mean, I do have a family, but I don't think I'll be okay until I learn why my real parents left me. Anyway, I started writing and the song came out. So it's about them as much as you or me, I guess. More importantly, you're my best friend. Kind of my only one. All the guys are dicks, and all the girls just make my head spin. So I just... Look, I'm doing this. The roadie thing, so that's happening. However, I don't want to lose touch. Like, really. This doesn't have to be goodbye. It only is if we let it. We'll figure it out. Hang out as much as we can before you go. Anytime you're in town, you'll have to give me the touring schedule. Of course. Just know that I'll miss you anytime you're gone. Yeah, I'm gonna miss you too. You hug her, or she hugs you. It's hard to tell. Something about it feels like an ending, though. Good grief, after all that, it better be an ending. We had a nearby town literally go up in flames, 25 homes and over 5,000 acres. Yikes! Is it under control, though, Tina? I hope it's not coming your way. Okay. Yeah, so just a quick sit rep for Tina. We are 4 turns away from the big bad SAT. We are 100% prepared. It is not possible to be more prepared than we are now. So what we're doing, we have completely filled out the computer science tree. We're going to be a game dev. We have set our heart on that. And so now we're just fulfilling parental requests, doing chores, making money, and kind of backfilling techs just for funsies. Yeah, that is rough. Because it should be well past fire season, I think. They have it mostly under control this morning. They called in 30 fire departments. We have been in a drought, so it's not that surprising. Okay. Yeah, that does make sense. There we go. There's the reset we were looking for. And not building a harem, unlike most of these games. Yeah, this game does not support, or this game is defaults to monogamy. As you might expect, like it locks you into one relationship, and you are going to get married, and you are going to have a kid. So, yeah. The plural marriage is probably a bit too much, even for this one. Although it does, to this game's credit, and one of the things it has on Chinese parents, it does have LGBT representation. You can have same-sex relationships, and then you adopt a kid rather than having your own. So, at least it has that going for it. Feed corn harvesting time here. Fields in the corner are very dry. It was a columbine that broke down and started the fire. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Hey, there we go. Unlock the whole map. That's nice and handy. We'll grab that. You said this is an old game? The game from 2004 was Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. I think this is only like a couple years old. I'm not 100% sure. It hasn't been out all that long. I know, like the studio behind it, Vile Monarch. They got they had a handful of small titles before this one. This one got some play on Twitch and then on on the YouTube as well. Now they have one that's called Floodland. That's basically kind of like a colony survival one. That looks really interesting too. I might play that one on stream at some point. There we go. Okay, there we go. And we're spent. Yeah, so the brain map, I don't know if you've been here for any of the previous streams on this, Tina. The brain map is where you pick up a lot of your points in each of the skills, in the different skill categories. And then you can also earn action points, which lets you just do chores, go ahead, do entertainment, or learn stuff out in the world. And then mastering skills, you spend knowledge points to pick those up, and then when you master them, you get both. You get some knowledge points back. You get a boost to the whatever stat is tied to. It's like this is the history is tied to memory. That also increases your exam readiness. You see one of your parents is reading the newspaper. Have you seen these photos from the Hubble? Made a capital H there, game. We're seeing the far reaches of the cosmos like never before. Now, this game is set in the 90s, so being hyped about photos from the Hubble, it's more in line with expectations than if it was be set in current day. Yes, look at the photos. You take a look at the photos. They are pretty interesting. Space is apparently very swirly. Okay. Pretty neat. Did you know that was only launched a few years ago? The Hubble telescope only went up in 1990. Yeah, and the lenses were on backwards. Or no, they're not on backwards, but they had to send up a second mission soon after to basically give the Hubble contact lenses because the original view was all kinds of screwed up. I can't wait to see what things we might see in the next 30 years. They go back to reading the paper. Okay, so they want us to raise our intelligence, but that's a 4-turn thing, and there's only 4 turns to go, so we're not going to be overly concerned about that. I'm not even sure. What can we do? Oh, that's right. We can still do our video game testing gig, and that'll get us some blue points. That's good. That's a start. And then for blue entertainment, we can only do chess at school. Oh, but we can do model building at the art gallery. We do a couple of those, and that'll get us mastery rewards. Excellent. Hey, there we go. And we're almost halfway there, and we barely even started. Yeah, we'll do some more video game testing, and then we will eat our way to better mental health. I can't help but shake my head every time that comes up. Okay, we have big money. I don't know, do we have any other blue techs we could... Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do space exploration. That'll be fine. And you know, we're going to have beef Wellington and gratin dauphinois, because that is how high we're rolling. There we go. Okay, astronomy. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that'll knock all that out in 1 turn. That's going to be minus 42 to our mental health, but we can tank that because we're sitting at 85 right now. And the parents will get 7 up plus 28. That's good. We like that. And then we'll do one round of chess. This is reminiscent of my attempts at Kerbal Space Program. The rockets go horizontally at least as often as they do go vertically. There we go. Parents are happy again. I would like to get some more red points just so we can buy down the cost of the biology exercises, because that should complete the set for all the SAT prep. Oh gosh, this might be a one and done. Not that that's a bad thing necessarily. Yep. Just one time through the order, but that's fine. So we're as ready as we can be, so I'm not too fussed. Now they want us to raise our memory, but we have 4 turns to do that, and there's only 3 turns left in the game, so I'm not going to pay that any mind whatsoever. I will, however, go here and avail myself of a 2 Benjamin Franklins. I should get a monocle and a top hat. Over $200? Oh, kiddo. Oh, kiddo. I have such sights to show you. Okay, so anything else worth buying out there? I think we cleaned that out. Let's check. Yep. And that. And that. What have we got? Okay. Now we could, if we were feeling frisky, we could do this. This is one of the slightly annoying things, is that like this particular locale, it only opens up if you get Jake as one of your friends. So, and there are other locales that if you don't, like you have to have a certain friend to open them up. Like there's a bowling alley that's somewhere in there, but because I didn't get any of the friends who had events at the bowling alley, that's just not open to us. It's only a mild annoyance, but like if you're hoping for a particular thing, you know, it's not great to be locked out through no fault of your own. But again, what are you gonna do? And we might as well buy a theater ticket. Yeah, replay value, absolutely. It encourages you to do multiple playthroughs, and I mean I have other saves where I've plowed through everything. But since we've opened it up, let's check out the Orpheus Theater. You step on a legal pad at the Playhouse. Unlike most legal pads, this one actually seems to be covered in dense, thick writing. Unlike most legal pads? What are you saying, game? It makes your head spin just staring at it. You also see a woman running around. She's looking under things, in trash cans. You hold the notebook up and wave at her. Oh, thank you. You found it. I need a breath. You're a lifesaver. The meeting I need this for is in an hour. Tell me, have you ever considered politics or law as a career path? No, but we don't have an option to say no to both, so we'll lie. I do like lawyer shows. Aha, haha, yes, they are full of drama. That's the same reason I got into being a lawyer when I was young. The real thing isn't quite so glamorous, but every day you're working with the very rules of society. Tell you what, I always catch this showing. One must support the local arts. If you're around, and you wish it, we can talk more. Oh, and I'm Alessandra. A pleasure to meet you, but for now, ta-ta! Alessandra gives a jaunty wave and heads off, notebook clutched to her like a prized possession. There. And now that we've cracked that open, law, you can do the legal path or the politics path, and if you do those, you complete those, and you crush the SAT, apparently that sets you up to be either a Supreme Court justice or president. How that works, I have no idea. Apparently the SAT is just that powerful. Okay, and now for some fun generation of red points. Like magic, yes, the magic of the free market. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's another thing we can do. We can finish out desserts. Not pictured nepotism, insider trading, bribes, and this or other forms of corruption. They can only fit so much code into one game. I mean, your point is taken, but I mean, it was the 90s. We still had optimism back then. Yeah, you remember Dave, my fellow Americans, back before everything was a complete tire fire. People do remember that, right? I'm not hallucinating? Okay, we'll go bite the bullet here and we'll just eat that. What else? What else? Oh, that's right. We can go. We can go learn ourselves up some more. Yeah, in the before times. That's going to become a thing, isn't it? Like when do your before times start? Is it 9/11? Is it 2016? Is it 2020? Is it is it 1989? Who knows? There we go. Okay. And see, last time we backfilled classic literature. So then we'll do poetry. If it rhymes, it must be true. You got some weird ideas about truth game. I don't mind giving you that note. I suppose my before times was before I went out into the world and learned things. Also, that applies as well, Tina. I think we are roughly contemporaries, and I gotta say, like I grew up in central Nebraska, and I did not meet a whole lot of people who did not look, think, or act like me. So actually getting out into the world and meeting people who were actually meaningfully different, that was figuratively and literally eye-opening. Okay. See, that's minus 30 for us, and then plus 18 for the parents. That's probably fine. We'll go and help ourselves to a hamburger too, just because we can. And let's see. Another couple rounds of going to the movies. Makes a big difference in life? Absolutely. Because you get confronted with things you never knew were possible. Sometimes I wish the SAT was as powerful in life as it is in this game. um, I don't know. I mean, yeah, if you do well, it is absolutely life-changing. If you're one of those people who aren't good at standardized tests, though, that could lock you into some really, really nasty stuff. Yeah, I was one of the gifted kids. You know, standardized tests were my thing, but e even so, yes, I don't. I didn't even take the SAT. I was in the Midwest, so I took the ACT. That was considered good enough. Standardized tests are completely unfair. There's a decent argument to be made for that. Okay, how are we getting around to that? We'll go up and over. There we go. You know what? Fine. It is ACT or like yeah, we had the option to do both. But I think the general consensus was unless you wanted to go to a school on one of the coasts, the SAT was superfluous. You'd be fine just doing the ACT. I don't know how accurate that was, but that is what we were told, you know. And I didn't want to go very far away anyway, so it was advice that was good enough for me. Lovely. A few more points. There's no point in doing any tech discounts because everything's as cheap as it's going to get. Oh, we'll go ahead and grab that. Okay, maybe not. Okay. Last time through the order. There we go. Ivy League schools are not requiring SAT if you have ACT now. Oh, well, that's good. I think. Of course, it's the Ivy League, I guess, so it takes them a dog's age to come around to anything resembling reform. Some are even allowing super scoring, so you can take the test as many times as you like and use the highest score from each category. Not the highest overall, but the highest from math and science. Wow. Wow. I almost kind of wish I had a crack at that. Because that way I could have taken my really good English and reading scores and then the next time I took the ACT just gone hard on prepping for math and science, and because math did not go well for me. How are you doing money-wise, Trooper? Are you saving up? Yeah, I'm totally responsible. Wink. I've heard it's good to have some money saved up, so I've been trying to put some in the piggy bank whenever I can. I'm glad to hear that. Are you saving for anything in particular? For the future! I'm just saving up in general for the future, whenever I'll need it. I see. Just remember that at this age, you shouldn't rely just on your allowance. You're pretty grown up, so you should be able to find a job. So go ahead and make some money. See, your daughter was valedictorian and freaking saw. She ended up going to school in Italy. So you went through this all a few years back. Okay. I didn't know if you were going through all this again or if you just remember that from your daughter. Or that there was, she did undergrad in Italy. I think we talked about this on stream. I'm almost certain we did. Oh, the son's a freshman, so not quite yet. Oh, okay. Yeah, he'll have plenty of time to worry about this sort of thing. All right, parents want us to go out and make $200, so let's go out and make us $200. We're closest to finishing and getting the boost from video game testing, so we'll go do that. Yeah, undergrad in Rome. Man, that is a heck of a place to be an undergrad. Oh, look at that. We're already there. All right, one more time. Anything else we want to backfill? Oh, there we go. We can go here. Human rights. Too bad my parents didn't hear about those. Okay. Dramatic much there, game? You see Alessandra again, just like she said you would. Ah, my little helper from the other day. Tell me, would you rather focus on small, personal things in the world, or big, sweeping changes? Often you can't do both. It's the little things that matter. I want my changes to matter. That means focusing on smaller things. City, county, local government. You know, where there are elections every year. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, friends. American friends, anyway. Just saying. It can cause lasting change that alters people's daily lives. At the end of the day, in most ways, all laws are about human rights. The laws are the way we tell humans what to do and what those rights are. Politicians pass those laws, courts interpret those laws. In our courtrooms, the very decisions on what society even is are being made daily. If there's something worth fighting for, trust me, it's worth fighting for in the courtroom. You have to make sure you... Oh, look at the time. I'm afraid I have to be off. Don't hesitate to drop by some other time, though. But you were in mid-speech. I got her monologuing and she just walked away. Objection tray. Okay. Again, another quibble with the copy editings of this game. U.S. government. All right, but we'll do objection training. That just sounds fun. But first, we got to learn us about some human rights. Yeah, that's not allowed. But if The Incredibles taught us anything, is that the monologue must go through to completion. Okay, and that's done. And now we can get back our mental health with a couple rounds of movies. Lovely jubbly. Okay, a couple rounds of movies and one round of retail therapy. There we go. Do drama? No, I don't think we need to do drama. But we'll do some Asian Civ. That's another 6 slots. That'll do fine. And that's under history. 6. 10, 20, 30. And then plus 18 to parents. Okay, so that's 30, so that's minus 14, that'll leave us at 45. And then plus 2 to the parents. Oh, we're rolling in cash. We'll get ourselves a chicken salad. There we go. Almost there. Lovely. That that's not how chess is supposed to go, game. It's not an elimination term. You're just supposed to put the opponent in checkmate. Come on. Okay, one turn to go. And at this point, we are just flat out flexing on this game because we have broken it over our knee. And now I am playing rather fast and loose with all this. Anyone has questions about the game, feel free to hit me up. I think we're just about to tear into the SAT, and then yeah, that in terms of like this particular iteration, that's the end. So I and then whoever I marry, the next generation is such a tabula rasa. The parents lose their names; they just become mom and dad, and there's no sign that they even existed prior to the birth of their child. As dark a thought as that might be. Can we get there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe. Nope. Okay. Alright, that's enough of that. Perform knife skills 10 times. We don't spend enough time together. Show us your knife skills. Weird call, game. Or maybe weird call, parents. We will do no such thing. Instead, we will learn how to... Objection! Is that a Phoenix Wright reference? I'm hoping that's a Phoenix Wright reference. And we gotta do that 5 times. That's fine. What? This game would have you believe objecting is poning the opposing side in court. Apparently. Alright. That's well and truly done. Pick that up. I will just unlock all the... unlock everything we haven't unlocked so far. No, that's just the... That's just that. Yeah, we're not doing that. And the reason, if we were to carry this forward, the reason to unlock all those is because once you progress to elementary school, everything, like every tech you unlocked will be visible in future generations. So there will be less guesswork if you want to go down a particular path. Nope, there's nothing to buy. We just have money for money's sake, which is no bad thing. Stopping by the cinema, you see Luca again. Seems he's just finishing up another Q&A about his film. Luca, hey! Oh, if it isn't the one with the question that did suck. Trust me, most of these are mind-numbing. So, if you had any more advice, a great filmmaker is only as good as his understanding of the camera. Learn all you can about the camera, and you can do just about anything. Camera lenses? Yeah, I mean, people are always talking about lenses. It's hard to know what's true or not. So, how important is the right lens choice to camera work? Seems rather obvious, but okay. Oh, very important. Do you have a favorite? Oh, well, I'm a fan of, What you really need to do is decide if you want to work in front of the camera or behind it. None of this matters if you don't know where you're going. Sorry, I have to run to the next Q&A. How many Q&As are there at this mall? He heads off, but you're pretty sure his movie doesn't have another showing today. Well, what I really want to do is direct. Very good. More movies. And because we are fantastically wealthy, we will have the beef Wellington and the gratin dauphinois. So now we are very mentally healthy. Okay, medieval time. Knights in shining armor. They spelled armor the American way too. And beautiful princesses. And I rag on the copy editing in this game and the proofreading, and mostly because like it's only one of the it's a nitpick because like there's a lot to like about this game, but I mean going to 1.0 and then now a couple at least like a year or two after release and having that many obvious misspellings, it's not a great look. But again, I'm being critical just because I'm critical because I care. I think it's really neat. There we go. That's not how chess is played either, but at least that's closer to reality game. I'll give you that much. Okay, here we go. For some reason, they still have us doing brain map stuff, so we'll just power through this real quick. Unfortunately, I don't think you can just say, no, I don't wanna, because the game makes you spend your brain points. But hey, we don't. There's no reroll, so that's actually good for us. Yes, I'm just randomly clicking now. Okay, there we go. And we go home. Knife skills, no. Alrighty, so we're going to jump into the SAT now. That is going to basically determine the entire course of our future. So, collect 8 attributes in a single tap to gain a Eureka power-up. The Eurekas collect all attributes of its kind on the field. Okay, and this might look somewhat similar if anyone out there has played like Candy Crush or Bejeweled or stuff like that. Kind of goes along those same lines. You match up enough, you can wipe out an entire row in one go, or you make little bombs. Basically, the bigger play you can set up, the better. So right now, that's a good play right off the start. Then that gives us one of those Eurekas, which lets us nab all the purple in one click. And you can see there, so we started with, what was that? 103 moves, which apparently is about as good as you can do. Okay. I think yellow might be the next play, so we'll bring that down there. There we go. Then we'll get all of those and all of those. And that too. Maybe that was slightly greedy, but oh well. And there's a pink one. Okay. Yeah, let's see if we can set up a red move next. Let's see. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That'll do. And more purple. Not the most useful. There we go. And that'll connect all of those. And a green one, which we just did. Thanks very much, game. 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another green one. Here. Where's the first? Anyway. I'm not annoyed. Not at all. Five, 6, 7, 8. Fine, I'll use a green one. Silly game. There we go. There's a nice big yellow play for us, and it gets us a yellow one. I see how it is. Okay. And you can start seeing these colors are starting to clump up, and this is how you can snowball on the SAT, because you can start getting Eureka after Eureka, and then the map opens up real quickly, and it's a good way to generate lots of points quickly. Okay, there. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's always good to double check, make sure we have enough to get a Eureka, and there's a red one. That's good. We need that. The SATs have changed since you did them. Yeah, they're a little more avant now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We do not want. There we go. Another purple. Right. And now our green's actually useful. And I'll take that other purple. It won't give us very many, but it'll also set us up to we have a nice big blue play here, which gets us green, which we really don't need. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not really what we're looking for, unfortunately. But you know what? We'll take it. Yeah, so 7 in a row gets you a bomb that sets off all the adjacent tiles. And I guess the nice question mark thing is that it'll also pick up the green, which will, I guess, get us that, which isn't a great return, but better than nothing. Okay, we got 5, 6. So then we got a possible pink setup here. 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay. There we go. And another green. Yeesh. Okay. And a blue. I don't know if there's any science or if it's just completely random what color of Eureka comes up after you pop one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, pink, good. We could use some pink points. We could also use some green. There we go. Now it'll get us a good chunk of yellow. And red. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Oh yeah, no, don't need to do that. We can connect those. There we go. And And there's a whole bunch of pink and a whole bunch of blue. Now the green is kind of lagging behind, so we could use that. A little purple would be good too, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now we need to bring that down. Yeah, I should do it. And another green one, sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Lovely. We'll get us some purple points. And some green. Okay, more blue would be very helpful. There we go, that's a nice chunk. Okay, and then that'll get us a good chunk of red. And purple. And green. And if you bring that down, 2, 4, 6, 8. Not much point in clicking that. There's only one green on there. Actually, let's pause for a little bit. They're all over 100, so we should be fine. What we do, the actual name of whatever category, answer, whatever, has no effect on anything. You know, we're not. The SAT does not cover black hole visualization or solar power. All what we're looking at is these are how much of each type of point they cost, and you don't want it to click randomly. You want to make sure you keep at least enough of a particular kind of point around, so you can get through as many as possible. Because if I was to power through and then I only had 9 pink points left, and this tech was asking for 10. Not only could I not take that tech would also stay in this slot, and I only have 5, so it's a double penalty. So we want to manage our spending of points. And we have a little more purple, so I'm okay with spending a bit more of that. And what we'll do now is we'll keep a handful of turns in reserve, just in case. If we find ourselves short on one particular kind of point, we can try to build back and then backfill. Yeah, these are nice. These they take a little bit of hit out of each one, as opposed to going heavy on one particular spot. And as you can see, every time you fill up the meter here, our letter grade goes up 1. So we've got enough points where we've cleared a C. It's whatever a C on the SAT would be. But of course, if we're going to start our own game dev studio, we need to hit the big time. So we're going for a even S, if such a thing is allowed. Time travel theory. I would love it if the SAT dealt with time travel theory. You know, is it Terminator time travel? Is it Back to the Future time travel? You know, let's really dig into that on a timed standardized test. Okay. And now you see, as we have surpassed an A, we're basically golden. So now we're just spending points because we can. So I click here, I click there, I click there, and we can't take any points, so we end the exam. And that's it. It's the last day of high school. There are no more classes to be had. What future awaits you? And most importantly, how did you do on your final SAT exam? As opposed to all those other SAT exams. You were quite relaxed going into the exam. You didn't seem to worry much. You were actually very optimistic. Of course, your parents were there for you. They knew you would handle anything that came your way, good or bad. So much has happened on your journey through life. You've discovered new places, learned and tried many different things. Most importantly, however, you met many new people. You've learned some, and others had a chance to become something more. Your friends. With some you stayed close, while others drifted away for one reason or other. All in all, you will remember your school years fondly. Alicia worked her way through community college and then transferred to a business school. You supported her the entire way. It wasn't long before she was working as a non-profit business consultant. She helped nonprofits get their financials in order so they could serve their communities better. Before long, she was well respected and sought after in the nonprofit field. Her family respected, quote-unquote, what she had accomplished, but holidays were always stressful. Thankfully, she had someone who was always there for her. You. Patty, Vivica, Valentine toured the country for a while. The band broke up quickly, and thus Patty was out of a job. She soon got another one, though. She managed to turn working as a band tech into a full-time job. Patty never really stopped looking for her parents, and she no longer talks to her adopted family. Most importantly, you and her did manage to find time to grab lunch and remain friends. She seems to have a different punk rock girl on her arm every time, and Patty seems happy, if maybe a touch lonely. Jake spent the next few years in the world of gangs, in and out of jail. No one had heard anything from him after he turned 30 or so. According to Buddy, he moved to a bigger city. Then one day on the news, you heard the body of a Jake F. was found at an old abandoned parking lot. He was killed in what's believed to have been a gang-related shooting. Revenge, most probably. But how did your life turn out in the end? Who did you become? Your final SAT exam result had a big impact on your future education and career. Sure it did, game. Your final SAT exam grade was A. You still remember the endless power you felt when you executed your first Hello World program. In university, you fully learned how to subjugate the digital world. You made a career as an excellent programmer, but you didn't stop there. Seeing opportunity in a fledgling market, you founded your very own game development company. Your first game was a big hit, and you raised the quality bar with every following title. Now one of the best companies in the industry is led by you, the Game Development Studio, CEO! Woo! Complete with obligatory yoga mat. In your adult life, you weren't alone. You had someone with you through both the good and the bad. Someone very special. You were always better and stronger together. Despite your differences, you made a great team. You and Alicia were unstoppable. And your amazing marriage ceremony? Well, it was the talk of the town. And then, one day, your own child was born. Not like we had a choice. And the journey through life began anew, with a new hero and many, many new adventures. Well, there we are, friends. That's the game. As you can see, Daniel Sadowski, Kasper Kwiatkowski, Pavel Kwiatkowski. We have some very Polish names here in the credits. And bless them for it. Okay. Greetings from Every Beach, Florida. Okay. I'm not going to put you through all the credits. You are about to be born. Do you want to decide? Okay. And this, you don't get an you can choose your gender, or you can leave it up. But this is what the transition to the next generation. We'll just YOLO it. It's a boy, and his name is Gob. Okay. Well, folks, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thank you to everyone, all the chatters, all the lurkers, Knife, Tina, Will, Packer, all you crazy kids who came out, I appreciate you spending the last 3 hours with me. So again, oh wow, it is well past midnight my time. So it's a school night for me too. So it's time for me to go to bed. But let me see if I can find someone for us to raid, and we can pass along the viewing goodness. Thanks. Absolutely, Tina, it's my pleasure. Let's see, who is streaming at this hour? Who do we know? I don't know a whole lot of people out there actually. Silent Hill? No. Final Fantasy. I tell you what, is it? I can't remember if it's. Is it Nougat? Uh, GNU? I don't know. Anyway, um, fun stream, interesting new game. Hey, yeah, I like the commentary. Thank you. Yeah, I do try to spice up. I don't know if folks have seen, like, I will try to mix things up here. I mean, The Long Dark is going to be a game I play regularly, but I also like, I play a lot of indie games. I really like showing them off to folks. If they see them and they want to like to try them too, so much the better. Um, and if not, well, then it'll be a chance for us to chill and hang out for a while. Let's go see. Gosh, let's see. Is he playing Final Fantasy VII? That's the original Final Fantasy VII. I don't know about that. Let's go see Nougat. What do you say? Yeah, Nougat's another part. Nougat's also in the Long Dark community. We'll go raid him up. He is doing. What's he doing? He's doing the Interloper Chronicles. And if he is where I think he is, he's up kind of late too. Let me see. How long has he been streaming? Because if he, I don't want to raise someone who's about to sign off. That's awkward, isn't it? Wow, he's been going for almost 5 hours. That is some heroic streaming. Okay, that's it. See, GNUGITO1. There we go. All right, folks. Again, thanks for stopping by. We're going to go raid Nougat. If you can stick around, I'd love you to, even if it's just to carry the raid forward. If you got somewhere else to be, I completely understand. But thanks for being here, and let's go spread some love.